Considering we pretty much have the same shop system as we did with Broken Fang, and we didn't see an Operation Pass sale with Broken Fang, today we're going to talk about how to capitalize off this, how it's going to affect Operation skins, if you should buy the Battle Pass, all that good stuff, and tying them with what collection is the best to buy and invest in. So right now, at this very moment, subscribe to the channel as we are less than 1,000 away from 40k subscribers, or don't, that's cool too, but if you don't, be sure to check out my sponsor, FreeCash. FreeCash is an easy to use site where you can earn money by completing simple tasks on your PC. If you go to the Earn tab, there's simple surveys you can fill out and mobile games you can play to earn coins. And if you sign up with my link in the description, you can also get a free 100 coins to start with. On average, it only takes around 42 minutes until users cash out for the first time, and there's an average of $23 earned per day, which is pretty nuts. And I recommend getting started with these short 5 to 10 minute surveys that always give you $1, and you can complete as many as you want a day. So once again, be sure to start making some easy money today with that link in the description and get started with a free 100 coins. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first, let's cover the basics. Why is this pass probably not going to go on sale? Well, presumably, just like last time, we've got the same sort of shop system, and especially with the train collection and actually being able to choose the exact skins you want, offering players to get the pass for whatever it would be, like 40% off normal price, would just destroy the economy. You can already make money from buying the pass, so I'm sure making it cheaper would just cause a ton of people to hop on their alts and just farm on there as well, causing a ton more of these skins to exist, which we'll go in more depth in a bit later as there's already huge issues that exist. But once again, this would just destroy the economy, which I'm sure the devs don't want. So one of the huge issues with this operation format and being able to choose specifically which collection you want is that there's like 1,100 Op Desert Hydras in supply and less than 100 M4A1S imminent dangers. So there's already a huge supply issue in these collection skins, and a sale would probably just make that worse and make that gap bigger. So if there's not going to be an Operation Pass sale, since I get this question a lot, is the actual pass an investment worth buying into? Well, let's look at Broken Fang, specifically the pass trend, which unfortunately has pretty much just been a downward slope except for a short spike during the period where all CSGO investments were spiking up and people realized the pass wasn't going on sale since it was towards the end of the operation, so probably not something we're going to see again, as people should expect it this time. Unfortunately, I'm at the point where I think there's just too many people that have caught on to the idea of buying Operation Passes and trying to resell them for a profit for it to really be worth it without it being an investment that lasts for many years. Unfortunately, after the operation ends, there's of course not going to be any real reason to buy this pass at all, unless you're a really niche collector that just wants to get all the bronze operation coins, as that's all you can get after the operation ends. So unfortunately, now that we have a pretty confident assumption that there won't be a sale for the pass this time around, it doesn't look like investing is going to be a good short-term investment, or maybe even long-term, like a year. It doesn't even look like there's going to be any results. Honestly, just buying the pass on another account, grinding out all the missions for cases and selling those on the market will be a way better way of making money. Even though it does require quite a bit of work, it would still make you way more money than buying the pass and sitting on it. So the actual pass seems like quite a dud, but what exactly does this mean for the actual collection skins? Well, let me remind you once again that the supply of these collections varies a lot. Once again, 1,100 Op Desert Hydras and not even 100 M4A1S imminent dangers, and this variance in supply is definitely going to affect the price of the skins in the future. We've seen the exact same thing happen with Broken Fang. Specifically, let's look at the supply variance in the Op Fade and M4A1S Welcome to the Jungle. Once again, the two with the biggest gap between them, with the Op having around 11,000 in supply and the Welcome to the Jungle only having around 2,400. Which honestly doesn't even seem that bad compared to the supply this time around, but we're only like a week or so in, so we'll take a look at it a bit later in the operation. But for now, let's look at how it affected the prices of these two skins. We'll look at both of these skins on the Steam market just to keep things simple. The Op Fade peaked at around $18.50 on the Steam market when it was doing its best despite the supply being so high, but because of so many of them existing, it took a really significant crash and just recently hit lows of around $1,000, so roughly a $850 drop from its peak. Well, if we look at the M4A1S Welcome to the Jungle, this thing did not fall nearly as much in price. Like, I don't even have to give an exact number because you can literally just see it on the chart. The Op Fade has fallen to prices $200 cheaper than its lows during the operation. Well, even despite dipping in price, the M4 hasn't gone anywhere near operation lows, and there's still buy orders $300 above those prices, and people buying them literally now for over $400 over those prices. So even though operation skins that have a ton in supply, because they might look really sick and you might think they're better than the other reds from the other collections, it's very possible that they don't turn out to be the best investments out of the 3 or 4, simply because there's just way too many of them in supply compared to the other collections. It's unfortunately a problem for investors because of the way Valve set up the operation. Like, I'm sure the star system makes them way more money, but going back to how things were during Shattered Web, where people couldn't choose their skins, it would be much better for investors, and we see that in the price of the 3 collections from Shattered Web. But I don't think we're ever going to see that happen again, unfortunately. So overall, lesson of the day, don't buy a skin just because there's a ton of hype behind it if you're like solely doing it for investing and trying to make money. Supply plays a huge factor in the price as well, and it is something you definitely have to keep in mind. But besides all that, I think that does wrap it up for this video. So as always, that's just my own opinion on how I think we're going to see these operation skins do now that we have some really valuable information from Broken Fang. So as always, if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.